It says record. Okay. What I want to do here is try to clarify this bag that we're making for this intermediate class, and the gusset and how the bag should be sewn together, and some of the steps that you need to take when sewing the bag together. This is the little mock-up that we were working with the other day on the live stream show, and so we put our gussets in, as you can see here. We put our gussets in and everything, and what we're going to do here is I'm just going to show you how this needs to go together. Now, from the outside point of view, or the outside perspective of it, you're going to go ahead and first, before you put this gussets on, you're going to wrap your outside. Okay, we're going to go ahead and wrap your outside. You're going to put in your closure if you got one. And if you want a little bit of foam, I would suggest really super thin foam, not too thick. I don't think you want too thick here. Almost like a headliner kind of a thing. Just enough foam to get rid of your paper feel. Okay. Now, on this side, on the inside, what you want to do, let me take this apart for you here. What you want to do is when you make your lining, it's going to be, if you wanted, for instance, if you had a leather outside and you wanted your lining flap inside to be leather, then when you made your your lining stay here, you would literally make it almost like in two pieces and make it stay here, and I say cover your lining and then put it down to here, because this is where your bag breaks at over the top, and then you put that piece down to here, and you wouldn't have to turn it or anything. You just let it go down to here. The stay would stop right up here above your break, so you wouldn't have to make a window. What you would make from that point on, what you would have, you could make a window, but what you would have is just the loose material without a stay, so there'd be no thickness there. Okay, and your thickness would be right around here on the edges, because you want a nice clean turn for your lining and also for your snap or whatever kind of closure you're going to use. Okay. And so your lining is going to go all the way down here, and it's going to be turned. When the outside is already turned, your lining is going to cover all your outside work, and that's what you want your lining to do. Okay. Now you want to keep, you want to keep that, like, you want to go ahead and do that, keep that down, and then once you've done that, you get all that in place, and then that's when you put your bag back together, or when you put all this, then you sew in your gusset. But now when you put all this in place, I want you to notice that this is all, once this is all back in place here, this is all going to be one stitch to finish your bag. Once you've made, for instance, if you have a two-tone lining here, say this is leather, and this is, say for instance, your bangoline down here, your color, whatever you want your lining to be here down here, and this is your dividing line. Well, once you've done all this work inside, your stitch is one stitch. So you start right here, you continue your stitch all the way around, you go across. Let me put this in. So if I can get this in. Okay, and then when you start your stitch, you go all the way around here, lift your flap up, come across, okay, and around. and finish your stitch, or however you started. If it's here, it goes around, down, your top stitch goes across, get your stitch across, you stop it here, then you go your stitch. Well, it's not one stitch, it's actually going to be your stitch across. You have to stop it here and go your stitch across for your lining, okay? And then that's it, and then you continue around, and that's your stitch. So what you got there, like 2 stitches, and your bag is complete. And then you have your closure, and this is how your little bag is going to fit. Now, when you put your lining stay in, it's going to add to the thickness of your overall bag and give you a firmer feel. So you want to think about that. So I just used some 20 here, which is a little bit too flimsy. Maybe not, depending on how you wanted your bag to work and whether or not this was leather or whatever the material may be. So anyway, I hope that helps give you a little bit of an idea. And I may have panicked when I told you to stop, but I just needed to make sure that some of the things I saw going on was the correct way to go, because there really is no tutorial for this particular part of the class. So this is a learning experience based on what you already know. All right, and that's about it. Okay, bye. Talk to you. Bye. Middle of the night here. Linda said I was fat. Bye.
No.
Bye-bye.